October 4th, 2023. Here we go. So this is an interesting book. The Business of Belonging. I have yet to fully read it. And that is, I suppose, what we could talk about in this moment, hey? Reading, reading, and more reading. We can talk about how to read, we can talk about speed reading, and we can talk about belonging. Do you feel that you belong? That's part of my journey. People trying to make me feel like I don't belong, but you know what? I belong where I am. Because there's a reason why I am where I am. And it's for me to figure that out without figuring that out. So books, speed reading, that's an interesting thing. I think that can help a lot of people because a lot of the successful people read a lot of books. And for most people, they don't read because they don't know how to read. They don't know how to read effectively. They don't know how to read efficiently. And that's okay. I'm with you on that. You know, I've experienced a lot of different things. I'm very lucky that I've been taught to read and write early on, and it's something that I've enjoyed. So I've gotten good at it, and it's very important for you to get good at it. And I've done a lot of my own studies, And so that's a huge, huge game changer because we get so discouraged by things and we feel it's okay to just go discourage other people to make ourselves feel better rather than sit with that hindrance inside of ourselves so that we can break through that and really change it. And so, why would somebody feel intimidated to read? There's a lot of things to read. And so, I think it's very important to understand that they're another person's experience, another person's creation, right? So, you want to take it for what it's worth. It's somebody else's viewpoint. A big thing for me is like understanding, okay, this is a way that somebody thinks. This is what I've done. I've loved biographies and really getting into like the way people have lived to help me figure out how I want to live my life. And really like, what do I want to do? Why am I here? What do I really want to achieve in my life? What are the accomplishments that I'm looking to fulfill in my life? So, what are you really trying to do? And you don't need to know all of the information. Okay, so this is like old school understanding. It is a completely different world where going to the library, and this isn't to be, you know, the old guy being like, back in my day, man, when we had to walk to school in 10 feet of snow up a mountain, you know? I mean, we had to walk in snow. But it's understanding that it's a completely different world and understanding the meaning behind that of going to the library, going to the reference and figuring out where a book is. You really had to know what you were looking for. Okay, so it's a different time where you weren't immersed with so many suggestions, so many opinions and beliefs and all these things. You weren't scrolling through your day. You were embracing moments of silence. That's what I do, is I sell silence. So, you know, don't let people try to take away your silence. Don't let people try to take away your peace. Don't let people try to take away your silence. If you need some silence, you don't need some silence. But if you want some silence, I got some silence for you. Guys, I got that silence. Okay. Like, so with those moments, you gain clarity. You gain a lot of clarity of mind. You have to be more patient with things, right? It's a completely different world. There wasn't instant gratification. There was moments where you embraced the people around you, you talked, you interacted, and you had to be patient with what you had, what you wanted to get. It took some time. You know, you made your order, especially like restaurants and different things. That's a huge thing. You know, before McDonald's, like that was a completely different world. That's what Ray did. Ray saw that, like that's what he was dealing with in his reality, in his world. It was how long it would take, and these drive-through. I had one in the city I was born in. We had one of those too. You drive up, and it's like an old school, diner type thing or whatever. I don't know what you call it. Um, but like it would take a long time, and then you have all these younger kids, and there wasn't really a lot of processes and procedures in place, so it took a lot of time, and there was periods where you didn't know if you were being waited on, you didn't know if someone was going to help you or anything. So that's a big thing in business. Like that's a huge thing in business. The successful businesses, like they have things in place, so like when you have a client, when you have a customer, you're engaging with them. If you don't have time, if you can't help them right away, you're at least acknowledging them and let them know, like, hey, we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're here for you, we love you, we care about you. We're here, we appreciate you coming here. We appreciate you, you know? So it was a completely different world, and that's what inspired Ray, was being able to see the possibility of how it could change, how more effectively you could get your order. And that's a completely different world. So now we may kind of take things for granted a little bit, where we order something and we expect it to be at our doorstep the next moment. Like the next moment in time, like I order this, boom, it's got to be here. Otherwise I get mad. Otherwise I have the right and I have the entitlement to get angry and to get frustrated and disappointed, and I have the right to throw that on other people. You know, like not to offend anybody in any way. It's like just the silliness that's going on in this world today, and we don't have to engage in so much silliness. Understanding that we're all on our own healing journey here. So the more that we embrace our healing journey, like the more we can grow, inspired by potential, the more that I can enjoy life, the closer that I can come to understanding, the closer that I can come to peace. It's all in your hands. You don't need to Google it. You don't need to Bing it. You know, you don't need to look outside yourself. You really don't need to. So that was the understanding of it. There was more of a clarity of intent before you did something, rather than just unconsciously do things and be reactive to the stimulus outside of yourself. The older world, you made an intention more consciously of what you wanted, of what you were ordering in life. If you want something on the dollar menu, you can have something on the dollar menu. If you want something on the $500 menu, you can have something on the $500 menu. Now, I know this is a generalization of what's possible, and it may be far from one's experience of reality. It's important to dream, to at least open your mind to the possibility to see if it is possible. But it's not about proving anything. It's not about showing anything. It's about the experience. It's about the experience. And this is one of the things Steve Jobs really learned. He learned a lot of things. And one of them was that. It's the craftsmanship. It's the quality. It's the quality. It's the beauty of it. It's how somebody really puts their consciousness and their love into it. You know, we have some beautiful things here. I mean, this is an interesting one, like write useful book. So this is something that I'm really thinking about, of like designing a book. I mean, if you ever saw like Ram Dass's book, at least one of them, Be Here Now, like it's a completely different book. It's not just filled with like words and diagrams. Like it's completely from a different world, and it's something that's more engaging and beautiful to the eyes to help us see the beauty in the world. And it's something that's elegant, simply elegant, something that you can value, something that has meaning, something that means something to you, because that's what it's about. It doesn't matter what it is so much as your love and your meaning to it, right? So we have a lot of meaning to all these good looking things, but what really means something to you? It could be something as simple as finding a stone that just helps you feel really, really good, and just valuing the things in your life. As you value, as you're appreciative of the things in your life, then you can have more as you take care of, as you learn to manage, wax on and wax off. You can take on more responsibilities. If you're not able to manage small amounts of money, what makes you think that you're going to be able to manage large amounts of money? If you're not willing to donate a small percentage, what makes you think you're going to donate a small percentage if you make more money? See, these are things to think about. Like, it doesn't, when you really think about it, it doesn't make sense. Because a lot of times you say, oh, once I get $1 million, oh, then I'll give back. Then I'll give back. Once I get $1 million, then I'll feel good. Oh, once I get $1 million, then I'll feel worthy. Does it work that way? Does it work that way? So we about to get ready for temple service, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I have some silence for sale that you can purchase some silence to share some silence with me. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a little different because it's not necessarily a thing that you like hold in your hand and just like, I love my little pet. That's a Tommy Boy little analogy. That's actually a big understatement into like selling and being successful in life. Because what happened through that scene is that he had a breakthrough with his attitude. He lightened up, and that completely changed the whole thing, and he became much more of a selling genius, and just being himself rather than trying so hard, and really just doing what he loves. And that's what I'm doing here, just speaking, sharing, providing massive values. There's no problem with that at all. Who wants to give back and who wants enhancement? That's what we're doing. We got things coming out, and that's beauty. Life is a labor of love in a lot of different ways. So really finding something that you can devote yourself to. And the beginning parts of that is personal development. The beginning parts of that is doing things to help you find your purpose in life. And that begins with giving more meaning to the things you are already doing. To find the work that you love to do, you first have to love more of what you're doing. Changing the attitude. If you want a raise, try whistling. It may sound funny, but try it out and see for yourself what happens. You might have a more likable personality, and that's important. That's important, because who really wants to be around a miserable person? And I don't necessarily like show it all the time, because it's what's inside that matters. And for the most part, I'm really, 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 really neutral. Really, really, really neutral. And is part of my personality as a Capricorn. With so many things, aspirations, dreams. I'm pretty tough on myself. So self-care and self-love, that's what I help people with, because it's something that I've really had to embrace. being encouraging, because others may be discouraging. It's nothing personal at all. It's just, it's hard to understand what I'm on, like my dreams and my aspirations and what I feel, the things that I've tasted, the things that I know that are possible, the things that I know must happen, things that I know that I'm here to do. Finding and tapping into that purpose has given me fuel that few really understand. They look at the other people with that fuel and they're just like, how does he do that? Like, don't go into that. Don't go into that. Just understand that you're a miracle. You're a miracle worker. You're here to accomplish wonders. It's not about figuring it out. It's about taking one step, another step, opening your mind up to the possibilities. As you can conceive it inside of your mind, you can conceive it inside of your reality. That's a deep understanding. What the mind can conceive, the mind will achieve. Yes. Though really, like, whatever the mind does conceive, it achieves. Thinking is doing. So you can tell yourself whatever you want to do, or you can tell yourself whatever you want, and if you're telling yourself you're not doing anything, but you've got a lot of thoughts racing through your head, are you telling yourself the truth? Because you're doing something. You're creating an attraction in your life. You're bringing forth, you're drawing forth things into your reality. And a lot of times we are very unconscious in a lot of different ways. So embracing your healing journey, understanding that you can become more conscious. So making that intent of, hey, I want to grow, I want to become more conscious, I want to be able to see more of reality, and embracing that silence to open that up. We'll see you in that temple. And we have other enhancements for $25, not a lot of money. How many times do we spend $25? How much do we invest $25? It's just about what it means to you, and it's not to turn away anybody. If you're truly sincere, you can contact me. I'm gonna help you. But the reality is we cut ourselves short so much because we think we can only afford this, we can only afford that. But as you embrace your potential, as you embrace and you look for that growth, you understand, as you push yourself, you push that thermostat, you turn that up, man, and you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna start to become more acquainted to that, and then you turn it up even more. You turn it up to more. Life is about growth. Life is about abundance. It's not just about you. It's not just about me. It's about all of us. It's about a world. It's about people to come, and it's up to us to make this world a beautiful, beautiful place. So I love you. Thank you for watching and being with me on this journey. I look forward to sharing, connecting, making life an adventure. You know, anything is possible when you're living in your imagination. So give yourself that gift to open up the possibilities, be inspired by potential, so that you can accomplish wonders. Master Shane, type of time. Blessings.